What's up, hobby friends, and welcome to my vlog for the month of March, covering what I actually managed to accomplish on the hobby in February. I didn't end up playing any games for the past probably month and a half, and instead what I've been doing is focusing a lot on finishing up both personal projects. I have a bit of a backlog of Ossiarch Bonereapers and Necrons to get through, and then working through this ongoing Marvel commission project. It is quite large, and I'm nearing the end of the first wave, so I'm almost done all of the X-Men and Brotherhood models. But I probably still have at least a couple of weeks left on this first part of it. So trying to manage that before more stuff piles on, especially with the Eldar releases, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. So for the commission, I got Mystique, Quicksilver, Sabretooth, Jean Grey, Gambit, Toad, Magic, Rogue, and 2 Colossus painted. I had originally intended to have the video for Mystique for this month of March on Patreon, but unfortunately the video files covering how I painted a large part of the model, so parts of the white outfit and some of the detailing and the hair were all lost or corrupted. So what I'm probably going to do is edit what I have, which covers the skin and some base elements, upload that to Patreon as an additional video, and then I'll have 4 separate videos to go alongside her to cover the month's tutorial videos. For Colossus, I ended up painting 2 side by side, mainly because I was experimenting with a couple of different color recipes, and I didn't want to try them on camera in case they didn't work. So what I ended up doing was I painted one, tested the recipe, made sure it worked, and then I painted it again on the second one and recorded it. So for the month of March, I believe there's 4 weeks, so we're gonna have a vlog and then 3 videos covering how to paint Colossus. I don't know if I'll edit it into 3 videos. Off the top of my head, it's probably the base as one, the non-meta-metal skin as a second one, and then doing his outfit and the Sentinel fist as the 3rd video. But depending on the length, I may end up compressing it down to 2 and finding a way to do a 4th video. We'll see how that goes. In terms of my personal models, I painted up an Emperor's Champion for fun. This is quite an old school model. I've had him probably for about 10 years now. Fun story, I actually picked up another one of this model probably 15 years ago. Maybe closer to 20. This would have been when, or just before Codex Armageddon was released in 3rd and 4th edition. And I ended up getting my hands on one of these limited edition Emperor's Champions. I love the model, and I actually built a 3,000 point Black Templar army to go with him, so that I actually play with the model and use him on the tabletop. I ended up selling him and the army that went with him years and years and years ago, but I tracked down a second version and held onto it so that whenever my painting level was at a point where I could paint it to a much higher quality, I would revisit it again. I ended up painting it this month, and I'm going to tell you, I think the nostalgia goggles were strong because the model sucks. Like, I still liked the pose of it and sort of the menacing, challenging pose he has, but the overall sculpt is terrible. The casting of it, the details aren't very crisp. The surface of the pewter, as is the case with old pewter models, is very grainy and kind of porous, so it's uneven, and it's not as crisp and clean as Games Workshop's newer plastic models. So I enjoyed painting it, and it reaffirmed again that pewter models are total ass, and I never want to paint them again. I also spent a bit of time finishing up my Ossiarch Bonereaper editions. So I have a count as Soul Mason, which is the Mercanan model from the Ossiarch Shadespire crew. I ended up picking up the box just to have the character because I think he's much cooler than the Slan wannabe. And it's on the same base. He's very, very imposing. He's almost the same height as Catacross if you don't count Catacross' scenic base. So looking forward to using him. I also painted up a Harvester and 20 more Mortek Guard to go along with it. So with the new White Dwarf rules and the errata that sort of brings Bonereapers in line with 3.0, I think out of my current 3 armies, they are the most playable. even if they're not always the most interesting or fun. So I have the Bone Tithe Nexus to finish up over the next couple of days, and then the army will be complete. I can squeeze in games of Age of Sigmar whenever I feel the urge to roll dice, and then I'll just hold up for whenever Caradrin or Night Hunt get a new battle tome. In terms of what I have planned for March, I have the Ossiarch Bonereapers Bone Tithe Nexus to finish. I have the last push on the Marvel Commission, so I believe it's Magneto, Juggernaut, Scarlet Witch, Omega Red, and Deadpool. I think those are the 5. I might be missing one more off the top of my head, but essentially it's the entire Brotherhood and X-Men collection. That will round out the 3rd wave for this Marvel Commission, and then I'm going to pivot to finishing off as much as I can of my Necrons. So I still have 20 Warriors, 10 Death Marks, 5 Flayed Ones, a Cryptek Overlord, and a Reanimator. I don't know how much of it I'm going to use, but these are models I have lying around. I do want to add to my collection. It'll allow me to field 3 blocks of 20 Warriors, 20 with Flayers of the old style, 20 Flayers, and 20 Reapers of the new style, as well as just some odds and ends and random models that will finish off my Necrons, stuff I don't have I might want to use. And part of the reason I'm pushing to try and finish off in this past month my Bonereapers and in this coming month the Necrons is because the Eldar are being released. And my intention is to slow grow an Eldar collection, but I was hitting a point, like a mental and creative block, where if I start working on the Eldar now without completing at least some of my other projects, I'm going to have too much on my plate again. I'm going to have my Bonereapers, Necrons, my ongoing Marvel for myself and as commission work, as well as these Eldar. So I'm trying to clear through, if I can get my Necrons and Bonereapers off the table completely before I start my Eldar, and I'm really only bouncing between my Eldar and any Marvel models I'm painting for myself or some clients. This is also going to still have to fit in with my goal of no unpainted models by the end of 2022. So this army will be slow grow. I'm not in any hurry to get them painted and on the tabletop. I will be painting a Beal-Tan Craft World, so a lot of white armor and a lot of aspect warriors. So I'm going to be picking them up as they get released from Games Workshop, which hopefully isn't too soon and will allow me to pace myself and sort of just pick up what I want to paint at the time and then paint it when I buy it. In terms of my video content for this month, as I already mentioned, on YouTube, I'll have my vlog and the 3 videos for Colossus. And then on Patreon, I'm going to have videos for, I believe it's Rogue, Code, Gambit, and Jean Grey. I think it's those 4. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like. And if you want to check out my other social media platforms, I'll make sure to drop links in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, happy hobbying. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do with my hands when I'm on camera, and I'm still incredibly awkward recording myself, so